Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're really putting in your efforts for preparing for the upcoming exam. And in today's video, we are going to discuss about the importance of the previous year questions and how understanding the high weightage topics plays an important role in the examination. So let's get started. The agenda of the video of today's video is very simple. First, we will be discussing the marks and the weightage distribution of the different topics for physics, chemistry, maths. Then we are going to look into the different PYQs from the last 5-10 years, and then I am also going to give you the different high weightage topics that you need to prepare for the upcoming exam. And after all, at the last, I'm going to share with you a bonus tip, and I really hope you stay till the end. So, this is the subject wise distribution of marks wise distribution for physics, chemistry, and mathematics. This has been estimated from the last previous year papers, from last approximately 10 years papers, right? So as you know, marks 100 marks for mathematics. That is, we're going to have approximately 50 questions for mathematics since 2 marker questions are being asked. So these are the few important topics as you can see. So algebra is extremely important because there are approximately 15 to 20 marks coming from algebra. 15 to 20 marks is approximately 10 questions from algebra. 7 to 10 questions from algebra. Then from trigonometry, you're going to have 5 to 8 marks. That's approximately 4 questions. Then from coordinate geometry, you also have 4 to 6 questions. Similarly, from differential calculus, you have 5 to 7 questions. And then from integral calculus, you're having approximately 5 to 6 questions. Right now, this is also going to include integral calculus is going to include definite and indefinite integrals and differential equations, right? Then from vector, you are having 8 to 10 marks, very similar to coordinate geometry. So you can say the weightage for coordinate geometry and vector and 3D geometry is very similar. 4 to 5 questions from vectors, 4 to 5 questions from coordinate geometry. And then last but not the least, mathematical logic, very simple, but the accuracy in mathematical logic is high, so it's 4 to 5 marks. I know the number of questions are less from mathematical logic, but your accuracy is going to be very high in mathematical logic because it's comparatively an easy topic and not many students find it difficult, right? So this is for mathematics. Don't worry, if you want you can take a screenshot, but otherwise I'm going to share the PDF in the description, so you can directly download it from there. Then for physics, 50 marks, right? 50 questions, one marker questions in here. Mechanics, you're going to have 8 to 12 marks. That's approximately 4 to 6 questions. No, sorry, you're going to have this is 1 marker, so 8 to 12 questions. I'm sorry. Then from properties of matter, which includes elasticity, surface tension, fluid mechanics, 5 to 7 marks. Heat thermodynamics, 6 to 8 marks. Wave and oscillation, 4 to 6 marks. Now, electrostatics, current, electricity, relatively easy topic, right? Relatively easy topic, 8 to 10 marks. You can see that's a high distribution in here. It's easy and scoring. Electrostatics and current electricity is easy and scoring. So, it's actually very conceptual. So, once you understand the concepts of current electricity, your accuracy will go up high, right? Then magnetics, 6 to 8 marks. Optics, 5 to 7 marks. Modern physics, 5 to 6 marks. Modern physics is nothing but the semiconductor theory, etc. Those questions. This is also easy. Just you need to understand the concept. It's easy, right? Then moving on for chemistry. Physical chemistry, 15 to 20 marks. As you can see, organic chemistry, 15 to 20 marks. And inorganic chemistry, 10 to 15 marks. So in chemistry, we can see in these 3 parts, the distribution is almost equal, right? It's approximately the same, 15, 15, 15. Plus minus to rehta hi hai, but the distribution of marks is very similar. Then, yes, then these are the high weightage topics. Now, why am I giving you the list of the high weightage topics? What does this mean कि इसमें जो topics नहीं है वो करने ही नहीं है? The importance of high weightage topics is ये तो definitely करने हैं, So इसमें what you have to do is you, whenever you're studying, say for example you're studying mathematics, right? So in the high weightage topics you are going to focus on differential calculus first, right, in comparison to mathematical logic. So अगर मैं कहूँ, if you have to prioritize any topics in a particular subject, then you are going to look into this list, right? So I would suggest that you take a printout of this list. See, this is just like a 3 to 4 pages high weightage topic list. Take a printout of this, okay? And then what you're going to do is, once you complete your syllabus, you are going to make different markings. So say for example, if I will take a print of this and I'm completed with continuity and differentiability, then I will tick using my blue pen, right? Then after that I am going to move forward and do the second step, is what I'm going to solve 10 MCQs on each topic. So once I complete 10 MCQs on each topic, I'm going to mark using the red pen. Only then I will move forward to the next topic. Okay, so what would this indicate? This would indicate that you are done with this topic. You have completed this topic. So I'll repeat it once again. So you have to complete the high weightage topic in two steps. Number one step is the syllabus. Obviously the syllabus, topic wise syllabus. So for example, I would name them as notes. Okay. And second thing, 10 questions each topic. Okay, you are going to solve 10 questions on each topic. Once you are done with both the things, you can say I have completed the topic. So you have to do these two things: notes plus 10 MCQs each topic, right? So this is the significance of the high weightage topics. Right, now let's move forward. I won't read the whole thing. You can directly take a print of this. Okay. Yes. Now next, let's important. This is the most important part of the lecture, and I really want you to pay attention to this. You can also take a notebook and pen in front of you, pause the video, and then listen to what I'm saying. Okay, it's a brief analysis. So see, this is a question from 2022. This is a question. See, this is the previous year question. Okay, this is the previous year question from 2022. Read the question. The statement pattern is given this XYZ. This is the statement pattern given, and you have to uh, select the statement pattern, right? So if you look at the answer to this question is a tautology, right? Now look at the same question that has been asked in 2022. Which of the following pattern is tautology? You just have to select which of the following is tautology. Either they have given you a statement and you have to declare which kind of statement is this, but in here they have specifically asked about the tautology statement. Okay, now see, I'll show you one more question very similar to this. Now read this question. If Q is false and this is the question given is true, then dash is tautology. So what is the significance? इससे क्या पता चलता है कि the topic on tautology is understanding tautology is very important because they have asked a question on tautology in 2020, in 2022, and again in 2023. So this is why it is important for you to solve the previous year questions. Only then you will understand what are the important topics that you have to focus on. देखा यहाँ पे tautology पे ही continuously questions पूछे गए हैं. 2020 में पूछा है, 2022 में पूछा है, 2023 में पूछा है. This is just an example. ऐसे बहुत सारे examples हैं. I'll show you one more example. Okay. Now look at this question from 2020. This is a physics question. A potentiometer wire has length 4 meter, resistance 5 ohm. It is connected in series with a resistance of 495 with a cell EMF of 4 volt. The potential gradient along the wire is. So what they have asked here, we are determining the potential gradient, right? What have they given? Length of the wire is given, resistance of the wire is given. It is connected with a EMF cell of 4 ohm, and they have also given the resistance of the battery of the cell, राइट. दिस इज द क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड इन 2022. सो जस्ट इमेजिन अगर किसी स्टूडेंट ने ये क्वेश्चन 2022 में सॉल्व किया होगा, ठीक है, एंड देन द सेम स्टूडेंट gave the paper in 2022. Now just read the question. 10-meter wire connected in the resistance, connected in a battery of 3 volt EMF with resistance 10 ohm. Calculate the potential gradient around the wire, along the wire. So look at the question. The question is same, just the values have changed. Just the values have changed. So if you know the solution of solving the question from 2020, you would be easily able to solve the question from 2022. So that is why I say solving the previous year questions is extremely important. You do not have to buy 50,000 K test series. You do not have to buy 10,000 K practice notes. You do not have to buy 5K K problem sets. You have to focus on the previous year questions. I don't understand why people do not solve the previous year questions and then they buy some practice sets and start solving them. First, solve the previous year questions. Then move on to solving these practice problems. I'm not saying don't solve extra practice problems. You have to solve extra practice problems, but do not ignore the previous year questions. Please do not ignore the previous year questions. I'm showing you the proof over here, why they are important, right? This is one more example. This is a question from 2019. What they have asked, you have to calculate the impedance of the circuit. This is a LCR circuit. The value of R is given, L is given, C is given, and you have to calculate the impedance of the circuit. The value of omega is also given, right? And just look at the question from 2020. It's the same question. Value of inductive, that is L, value of capacitive, that is C, value of resistance, that is 40 ohms. And what you have to calculate? The probable impedance. It's the same question, just the statement framing is different. यहाँ पे directly दिया है कि L is equal to this, C is equal to this. यहाँ पे they have given in form of text. Inductive reactance, capacitive, resistance. You can see the pattern of the question is same. The pattern of the question is same, but the statements is different. Okay? This is one example. I'll give you one more example. Yes, this is from mathematics. This is one example. Let's look at this. So this is question from 2021. The vector equation of a line whose Cartesian equations are given as this, and what you have to calculate is the vector equation. You have to calculate the vector equation. Okay, understood? 2021 question. Now look over here. 2022. The Cartesian equation of this in the vector equation is what? The Cartesian equation is given. What is the vector equation? Just look over here. What is the vector equation when the Cartesian equation are given? So if you would have solved this question from 2021, you would have easily solved this question from 2022 because only the values have changed and nothing else is changed. It's the same question, just the values have been changed. So that is why you have to understand the importance of the previous year questions. Okay, you can see these are just few examples that I've given. There are many such examples that you have to understand, right? So now what do we do from today? What do we do from today? In the last video, I had already given you a study plan. I'm sorry. In the last video, I had already given you a study plan, right? Now we are going to make some changes in that study plan. What is the study plan? The study plan will remain the same. I had given you a to-do list. Now what you add to that to-do list is solving previous year questions. At least 5 questions per day. Not a lot of questions, just 5 questions per day on any topic that you feel. On any topic. ओके, आई एम नॉट गिविंग यू कंपल्शन कि 6 दिसंबर को काइनामेटिक्स का करना है तो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस भी काइनामेटिक्स के ऊपर सॉल्व करेंगे. यू कैन डू दैट इफ यू वांट, बट if you don't want to solve previous year questions in kinematics, solve it on matrices, no problem. Solve it on some other topic. It's your it's your own choice. But Solving the previous year questions is extremely important. Solving the previous year questions is extremely important, and on daily basis. You can't do this ki Monday to Friday I complete my whole lecture, I complete my notes, and I'll solve questions only on Saturday and Sunday. No, you are going to solve the previous year questions every single day, right? So first solve last 5 years, then go on to last 10 years, then go on to last 15 years, then go on to last 20 years. No problem, but you have to solve them every single day, right? I hope it's clear. Now next, yes, you have, if you have reached till this point of the video, I need to, give you a applause and tell you that you are an extremely serious student, and I'm really proud of you, because in today's world, when we are scrolling reels and we are just watching shorts, the focus time of people is very less. And in this generation, if you've, seriously watched this video, I need to tell you, you are a very serious student and you are extremely serious about your exam and about your career. You are extremely serious about your exam. That is why you are listening to this video very seriously. And I'm definitely sure that you're going to be a top scorer. But I just want to tell you, you should never stop. Please never stop, because I know you will make it. I know you're going to score 99 percentile. You can also score 100%. That's your potential, because the exam is not having any negative marking. So the exam automatically becomes quite easy. It doesn't have any negative marking. Your accuracy is high. You just have to work on your accuracy. That's it. So please don't stop. Be consistent, and I'm definitely sure you're going to be one of the top scorers. So at the end, I just want to tell you, and I just want to give you a tip of the day. That is, don't just focus on the clock. Don't just focus ki I'm studying for 8 hours, I'm studying for 4 hours, or I'm studying for 12 hours. No, you can stay sit at the study table for 12 hours, but your focus time is not even 3 hours. Then what's the point of sitting on the study table for 12 hours? What I want to say is, you just have to focus on your progress. Now, what does this progress mean? Say for example, if you are solving some questions on matrices, so on day one, when you're solving questions on matrices, it took you 10 minutes to solve one question. But eventually, when you practice every single day, on the 10th day, your solving time of the same matrices question will reduce to 5 minutes. Eventually it will reduce to 2 minutes, राइट. सो दिस इज प्रोग्रेस. प्रोग्रेस इज नॉट जस्ट कि आज मैंने 6 घंटे पढ़ाई की, फिर मैं 8 घंटे करूंगी. What's the point? You are just sitting on the study table. You have to measure your progress. कि okay, you have completed the syllabus. That's progress, right? So just trust me, don't just focus on the clock, just focus on your progress. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress, right? So whatever efforts you put today, it would definitely pay off tomorrow. And I really hope that all of you, not all of you, but whoever keeps on consistency, and I'm sure you are going to put in the consistency, and I really hope you become the top ranker in the upcoming MHCET 2025 examination and you get into the top college. Thank you so much. Here's where we end, and I will see you all in the next video.